So a few weeks ago, I burnt out. I burnt out from working on my Etsy shop. And I was putting a lot of pressure on myself and trying to reach 100 products on my Etsy shop. I'm Jeanne, and I am a small business owner. I have an Etsy shop, and I've had it for 5 years, I would say. Yeah. I've had it for 5 years, and I create kids printables, and I use my printables from my teaching experience. Realistically, I put a lot of pressure on myself, and that's something that I'm gonna have to learn from. You live. How's that phrase goes? You live and you move on, or whatever how it goes. Because basically, what I ended up doing, I have this channel, and I have another channel, and I was trying to balance working on this channel and on a different channel. And so what I ended up doing, I had to delete the other channel because I was balancing a lot of things, and when it comes to balancing things, it is not doable. It's either you gotta pick and choose. You gotta pick one. And so I decided to keep this one. And even this channel I started maybe like a few months ago, and the other channel I had started that a year ago. And so basically I build a big community in a way. I had like about 100 subscribers, and I was like, man, this is hard to let go because I've worked on it for a year, and I just started this my Digital with Jeanne channel for a few months now, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to pick and choose. So I decided to keep this channel, and it's because I've had my Etsy shop for 5 years, and I wanted to I just wanted to share my real experience as an Etsy shop owner. So the fact that I burnt out a few weeks ago, and I mean I burned out in a way that I had a mental breakdown. I had a mental breakdown, and that was rough. And what I realized is that I do actually like creating printables, and I think it's a matter of me worrying or feeling doubts about like, why haven't I received a sale? Checking my dashboard to see if I had any sales. Like, I would check my dashboard repeatedly in a day. And so, thinking about it, having that mental breakdown was really rough on me. But I've learned a lot from myself. I've learned a lot of myself as an entrepreneur. Because the thing is, it's like, people don't say that it's really, well, I think people do say it, but the fact that people are saying like, yes, you can earn this amount of money and it'll be so easy, and it's like, wait a second, I've had an Etsy shop for 5 years, and I can tell you the most I have earned, like within a year or so, I think it's probably like maybe 300 to 400, which is of course better than anything. So, but I feel like I'm gonna have to be realistic, because being an Etsy shop owner and having a success is not overnight. It really is not. It's not an overnight success, and I feel like people are saying that a lot. That's an overnight success. Just go ahead and do this and DM me. And it's like, no, dude. Like, I am going through a lot of struggles. So, what I realized is that I compared my sales. I had compared my sales from last month. Last month, I think it was like $60. And then this month, it's like half. It's like $30. And I'm thinking, wait a second, Jan, some people don't even have any sales from their Etsy shop, and you have like $30. So, I had to realize to be more grateful than being a complainer, and that is my what I'm getting from this experience as an Etsy shop owner is that I need to be more grateful, not complaining, because how is that going to help me in the first place? but just be more grateful and just be slow and steady. I was just checking if my camera was recording. I just woke up this morning. Hey. But just the fact that I don't even know where my thoughts was. Being slow and steady is very important for me personally. Some people have different life experiences, and you know, in my life, my family and I, we had moved back from the Philippines. We were living in the Philippines for 1 year, and now we're in America, and that was I have to slowly go back to working on my Etsy shop from this transition that we're going through, you know? So, yeah, basically, I'm working on my Etsy shop slow and steady, and I cannot be upset or emotional. Maybe I can allow myself, but I have to keep going because I feel that God has blessed me with these skills to create a printable, getting these images and then creating something out of these images. Like that's a skill that God has blessed me with, and I need to continue to keep going. And I think what's also important is that I need to take breaks. That is very important. Not a race to get to 100 listings, but just be slow and steady and taking breaks. And so I think that's really what I learned from having my burnout, because I was thinking of closing my Etsy shop from that. I was like, I wonder if I need to close it because it's too much pressure. And it's like the only pressure that I'm getting is the pressure that I'm giving myself. Like, that's real talk. Like, why am I giving myself pressure? That's unnecessary. Nobody's giving me pressure. It's just me giving myself pressure. So it has been a good positive breakthrough from that, because I realized the only pressure that I got is the pressure I'm giving myself, and I have to redirect it in a way that I need to take it easy on myself, have fun being an Etsy shop owner, and just enjoy it, because the thing is, I have always got a sale each month, and that is a blessing in itself. So, I think overall having that time of reflection has taught me a lot of things, and that is one. Believe in myself. I am my number one fan. Well, God is my number one fan. So hold on, babe. So I'll see you in my next video as I'm sharing with you my Etsy shop